Talking about wanting to be seen. Last month we talked about the soul and how it tries to hide out from us. And wanting to be seen is just another step in allowing the soul to step forward. I want to share a little story that has come across my awareness this week. And it's a woman got up in the morning and she looked in the mirror and she had 3 hairs on her head. And she said to herself, I guess I'll braid my hair today. And she did, and she had a lovely, wonderful day. The next morning, she got up, and there were 2 hairs. And she said,
Ponytail.
I guess that I'll part my hair. And she did. And she had a great day. The 3rd day, she got up, and there was 1 hair. And that was the day she said, I think I'll have a ponytail today. And so she had a ponytail. And she had a lovely time. The next morning she got up, and there were no hairs on her head at all. And she said, yippee, I don't have to style my hair today.
See that one coming.
Wouldn't it be delicious if we all just had that kind of outlook on life, that no matter what, we could have a delicious, joyful day? And yet, we spend so much of our time trying to be seen in the proper light, trying to be named in a way that we feel that we will be recognized and acknowledged. We want to be named beautiful. We want to be named smart. We want to be named nobody's fool. We want to be named honest. Whatever it is that we want to be named, we spend so much time trying to be seen in that light. Mark Napo says that hawks do not need ornithologists to fly. And isn't that the truth? We spend time as a culture trying to label hawks, trying to measure their beaks, trying to see about their talons, trying to see where they fly, trying to mark them and track them, and all of the time, hawks are flying, and hawks are being hawks. And that's the truth for all of us. That's the truth for our souls. We do not have to label ourselves. We don't have to be seen. We can allow ourselves, allow our souls to show up just the way that it shows up, without labeling, without judging, without criticizing, without being anything less than the natural essence of who we are, our soul. Just allowing ourselves to show up in such a way. We can be as the hawk. We can fly, we can soar without labeling, without trying to say what we are, because our soul is unconcerned about the labels that it carries. The soul is unaware of definitions. One of the Shrivers, and I don't know which one it was, said this. I love this. The greatest liberty is to be free of the concern of the judgment of others. The greatest liberty is to be free of the concern of the judgment of others. Now, the irony of all of this is that in order to be seen, we must see. It's a reciprocal relationship. We are not seen until we see. I think almost all of us have had those magical experiences when we make contact with people in that deeper, more powerful, soul-connecting way. Those magical moments when we see people as their genuine, authentic self and contact them. And in that moment, when we step out of our own self-consciousness, when we step out of ourselves and we're willing to see people for who they are, for what they are, on the soul level, the namaste level, then we have been seen. It's like breathing in and breathing out. I see you for who you are. And as I see you for who you are, then I am seen. Because we are all one. And when we learn to live from that place of inside it all, there's not the sun, the moon, the stars, and me. I am inside of all of it. I am that is. And my soul is that is. And when I learn to live inside, then I am seen in a deep, rich, powerful way. When I allow myself to be free of the judgment of others, I conversely allow others to be free from my judgments. And I become free. I become able to soar and to fly in ways that I have never soared or flown before. This is so hard for us to remember. It's so easy for us to forget, to step out of those labels, to step out of the need to be seen. Because so often we're enculturated to believe that recognition is affection, recognition is love. And if that's the truth, if recognition is love, then we are also setting ourselves up to be ignored. It works always in a reciprocal way. We cannot give our power to something outside of ourselves because first, there is nothing outside of us. And second, we allow judgments, positive and negative, to define us, when in fact, our souls are undefinable. We cannot be outside of it. We are all that it is. And we fly when we step out of our need to be defined, our need to be seen, our need to be something other than what and who we are. Last week we talked about listening. and how we give other people the ability to be heard. And the same is exactly the truth of seeing. When I allow myself to see that deeper place, that soul place, then I am seen. Because it's a reciprocal universe. I am seen as I see. I soar as I allow myself to soar. We look for love in all of the wrong places. We look for love outside of ourselves. We look for love as proof that we're worthy, that we deserve it. But love does not come from the outside. Love doesn't settle on us from somewhere else. Love comes from the inside. It's an inside job. And when we allow ourselves to feel that love for all that is, then we are loved because we are loved. We don't have to go look for it. We don't have to search for it. We don't have to be it. It just is. That's the nature of our soul. It's the nature of how we came into this world. It's the nature of the whole entire universe. It's so easy to forget that. It's so easy to forget that we are the love we seek. That as we give attention, we receive it. As we allow our souls to percolate up, we make those deep, rich connections with others. Because there is nothing outside of it. We live from within it. We live from that place of the divine. It's all the same. We are all it. We are the God essence that we look for. It's not outside of us. It is right here where we are. So no matter how many hairs I have on my head, no matter how much I plan on flying or sitting, no matter how I would choose to be named, I am it. You are it. It is all right here in each one of us in powerful, dynamic ways. We can't go out and search for God. We can only allow it. We can allow it by acknowledging it, by breathing it in and breathing it out, by loving it and being loved. It's all the same thing. We can't separate it. We're living from the inside of it. How liberating that is. How liberating it is to be free from the judgments of others. How liberating it is to be free from the judgment of ourselves. How liberating it is to be the love that we seek, to be the soul of it all. It cannot be otherwise. And so from that place, the hawk flying, the hawk being exactly what new the hawk is. I love you all, just the way you are, and just the way you are not. Namaste. I would invite the minister and the practitioners to stand and join me in prayer. So you might notice we have new practitioners. Oh, yay. We're just going to hold the consciousness here. I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of us are practitioners in training.
Well, I'm sorry I didn't make it clear. That's really the issue, isn't it? Beyond judgment and beyond criticism. I invite you to join with me as I turn within. As I allow my awareness to turn within. As I allow my awareness to settle into that personal spot and space where I feel most aware and most connected with my soul. As I turn within to that place where I acknowledge and know there is only that is. As I permit myself to be aware that I live from the inside of all that is. Acknowledging that it is all good, that it cannot be otherwise. If it appears otherwise, I acknowledge that it's about me. And it's about the way that I language it, or the way that I notice it, or the way that I interpret it. I'm always at choice to see the highest good. I'm always at choice to be at peace. I'm always at choice to sail and soar and fly, to allow my soul to shine through and so I make that choice today. I make the choice for vitality and vigor. I make the choice for love. I make the choice for harmony and peace. I make the choice for joy. Because that's the nature of all that is. And if it appears otherwise, it is an illusion. So with great joy, I accept good and only good, peace and only peace, love and only love, because that's the truth of all that is. And as I claim that for myself, I claim it for each one of us, knowing that it cannot be otherwise. As I've seen it, as I've felt it, as I've spoken it, as I've known it. I know it to be true, and I own it for me and for you and for the entire universe. I declare it good, and I give thanks for it by saying,
And so it is.